hero.
Right.
Didn't really have any way to sustain through the team fights once the Poison Nova went off.
Rubik.
Yeah, so
No field.
yeah, Rubik can be decent.
And we've got a draft as well here,
Pipe
boys.
Dog.
Excellent. And
Okay,
it's
Chantrian. So they're letting the Night
So
Stalker.
they're going to allow iG.V the Night Stalker.
Although they have TNT has first
they
pick.
have first pick
so
this
so
time,
they're going
right.
to pick the Night Stalker. Well, if it goes
Yeah.
through.
do iG.V give them their Wisp? I think there's no chance, right?
No.
Unless they have a specific strategy
That's what they're
that they want to run against.
No,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
there's absolutely, because if you, again, when we were talking about the problems with the draft last time, the lack of pipe, the lack of sustain, the Wisp just gives you all that.
It
And what
fixes
else
a
would-
lot of those problems.
Right.
Yeah, I
and
think-
there's the first phase.
I think that's why they were paused for so long for that pick, because they're like, okay, guys, do we give them Night Stalker or do we give them Wisp?
All right, so I really want to see it here. iG.V is going to spend. This is not what we expected.
So did TNC, did they take the Veno?
This is like a complete.
Do you think that they'll be willing
You
to
have
play
to
it?
either I don't know that they want to play it. You have to take it out now.
Yeah.
With the AA on the table.
Yeah. Oh God.
I want to take a step back, though.
You know, you can
Second pick AA, is this?
you can dark seer here. Just get a pipe carrier, man.
Yeah.
I think the second pick AA might just be because there's specific heroes they want to pick in the later phases that they don't want to get countered.
Just to be clear, right? This is a lane combo because now
It is, yeah.
Stormhammer gives you the guaranteed cold feed proc,
Yeah.
which is now 2 seconds at level 1.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a
Very good point.
It's going to be very
point.
difficult to pressure iG.V's safe lane with just these 2 heroes being set up there. So that's going to free up dogfights for whatever hero he's going to be playing to move around and kind of make things happen.
That's a good kiting hero. That's really good against AA because he just kind of waddles away from you in the lane as you run at him with fire. Although that could be a 4-old Outrider. Hey, you never know. Offlane Night
It's
Stalker.
usually with them going to be
An
a 3
offlane.
position.
Yeah, it's usually offlane.
But Earth Spirit is still on the table, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Batrider uses the Night Stalker vision very well. I feel like that's a conversation that we've been having a lot.
For sure.
About the Night Stalker is an enabler of your overall strategy, and I think the Batrider synergizes very nicely.
The thing with the Batrider Night Stalker is that historically this has been a combo that no matter how late you go, usually when people think late game, they think damage, right? They think like, okay, Sven, cleaves for like a 20 billion damage. You have Alina on the other team, but really the vision
and BKB piercing disables.
Yeah, exactly. The vision and the disables are really, really important in the late game. There's some equation there, but Batrider and Night Stalker, the vision control that they have and the ability to start the best fights possible with the
10 seconds remaining.
if they could right now, and they could probably still win the late game if they play this combo well
Now,
enough.
TNC is probably wondering whether they have to ban the Veno because traditionally, as IG has been good, Sven has been a paparazzi safe lane hero. I still think that you ban the Veno here because they will run paparazzi on
I'm
mid.
inclined to agree. The Veno AA combo, it's an old classic, but it is so dirty. The big
But the
drawback
DK,
is...
the DK is still available though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a problem. I think that's probably why he's sitting there. He's like, okay, do we give them the DK to go mid, which is the Death Prophet substitute, or do we give them the Veno, which has been so damn annoying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's tough. So, do we think the AA is mostly for the lane? I feel like other teams have been picking it in the first 2, and they've been mostly doing it because they're playing against a team that loves to 5-man, and they're picking it because it makes 5-man very, very difficult. You hit multiple heroes with an Ice Blast that slows down your push, it can wipe out your creep wave, and it can give the split-pushing heroes in the other lanes something maybe even like this Queen of Pain, an extra 30 seconds. It can, exactly.
Quap AA is actually like that. That's an old school combo.
Yeah.
You can. People are even running offlane Quap and picking AA because pretty much once they're both level 6, you can be like feeding on Quap and you can kill anybody from full HP just because you have enough magical burst to put them below that threshold. And that's why Quap is kind of not
We saw Storm AA.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick as hell.
Actually, we talked about the exact same thing. The reason that Quap and Storm aren't completely overpowered heroes is because they have enough spells and mana to actually take somebody to about 20% HP, something like that. Maybe with right clicks a little bit less, but they don't just kill somebody from full HP because that would be broken.
Yeah.
AA completely changes that. They actually can.
Absolutely right.
All right.
Pick for TNC. What do they want here?
I mean, they have to show us a little bit more. They could take their secondary support if they really wanted to. There's still some pretty premium position 5s available in the pool right now. And given that iG.V already showed their Ancient Apparition, they showed their 5 early on the draft, I feel like there isn't that much of a rush for TNC to grab their position 5 hero, but they might take it here just to get a little bit more information out of iG.Vitality.
Disruptor could be a good option here.
Where's the Jakiro at?
The Oracle!
Okay.
I've forgotten about support. Is this going to be an Oracle Huskar?
But it's against AA. That's insane.
can't be.
There's
what? What are we missing here, boys? They've got something up their sleeve.
Their damage sucks on the true supports now.
there's the disarm for Sven. That's pretty good.
It is good.
But I am
still shattered, don't you?
You still? What do you mean?
Well, your health can't go down.
He's talking about mechanics of false promise.
I should know. I'm old man brain right now.
I'm pretty sure that if you heal somebody during false promise and they have AA blast on them.
No, that I know. It doesn't matter, right?
Does it count up still? Does the healing continue to count? And then
I think it does. I think
so you can be healed at the end.
But the problem is the counter. I believe the counter continues to tick, and if the AA ult is still on you at the end.
Yeah. You're done.
So it negates the whole heal if you're still
exactly.
Yes,
You
that makes sense.
Explode, yeah.
So what is with this Oracle pick, guys?
I mean, Huskar's the one.
It's got to be for the combo.
Isn't AA like the go-to hero?
It is. It
really is.
Yeah.
Pick a Tinker now.
This is not the draft.
It uses. Okay, so the Tinker uses the vision again, that same kind of argument, but I really worry for TNC lacking frontline right now. Nightstalker is not a hero that can frontline for their team. Batrider wants to...
the AA Blast can actually find the Tinker in the tree.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Just the Ice Vortex
is
difficult enough.
With that being said, the Tinker Laser is very good against Sven, actually.
Yes, it is.
That's true.
And we get Sheep Stick. Sven is just so easy to deal with.
How is the lane Tinker versus Quap? That's Tinker favorite?
Tinker wins
Tinker favorite, but it's Quap plus Earth Spirit.
Exactly.
It's like it's not Tinker versus Quap.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing to consider now is that the Oracle Q is now a root, so it's actually pretty good against the Queen of Pain.
That was a buff.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's Oracle's not a terrible hero. And one thing people are like, Oracle got nerfed because the movement speed of the nuke got nerfed, but actually. It was kind of a buff in some ways, because now it's easier to hold your Q and then instantly nuke. So you can actually use, because it's flying through the air and then it purges the heal from the nuke.
Yes.
So actually from closer range, I believe it's like 200 to 300 units, something like that. From closer range, you can now do the nuke and then purge it off with instant. So it is a lot of burst damage, to be honest.
The other problem here is that a lot of Raven's hero pool is fairly heavily countered. Weaver seems suspect here. I don't like Lycan here. Troll is not so great.
Lifestealer? Is this a Lifestealer game?
That's difficult against AA because you want to build into an armlet.
I'm having trouble coming up with the perfect pick here, boys.
I'm not sure.
It's the Troll.
Okay. To me, Troll just feels like the new Jug. People
I think it's
picking
the least countered.
Yeah,
of his
it's not. I mean, it's not very countered, but they're not even really picking it this game necessarily for any synergy that it has with their other heroes. Batrider and Tinker don't auto attack at all, so Troll is only using his ultimate for himself.
Yeah.
And I feel like Troll is this kind of hero where people are picking it because it's always going to be kind of okay in the laning stage, but there's so much burst magical damage over on iG.Vit, and I feel like they still have so many good offlane options to round out this draft. The Sand King is still in the pool. They could even look at...
Although the mischance is actually... I just realized that the mischance is actually quite good against Sven. There's a lot of things that are causing the Sven to miss in this game, and MKB is going to be a really big pickup for him. And even when he gets that, he's disarmed. So the Sven is super counter.
Earthshaker.
This iG.Vit draft is terrifying if you're TNC right now.
They have a lot of damage, and it's not just magical.
I think this Tinker. I think this is a nightmare Tinker game. I really do.
Yeah.
Yep. It really is. Even just a Fisher randomly canceling your TP while you're in fog just slows down your game. You potentially get caught after that. It's really tough. It's the same as playing against Invoker as a Tinker. Back when Quaswex Invoker was kind of a thing. Just every rearm or every TP that gets canceled is so difficult to play against.
Yeah, let's do predictions. I think iG.Vit has this.
I think I have iG.Vit.
Is it going to be unanimous across the board here, Jenkins? Because I'm in the iG.Vit camp as well.
I'm just going to go for TNC.
All right,
I'm going to go for TNC. I think that they can do some sick combos with the Batrider. They cue the Batrider before he goes in. They pull somebody out, and then they're automatically going to be. I think they're going to try to kite the hell out of the Sven this game, and I'm hoping that there's a specific reason that they're picking these heroes together.
I hope you're right. I won a game 3.
I hope so as well. I'm with that, Nahaz. But again, we've got Sunsfan and Brax to take it away. Game 2 elimination here in the lower bracket. iG.Vit versus TNC continues now.
Sunsfan here with my boy Brax yet again. Can you explain this draft to me, please?
What is there that needs explaining?
There's literally everything.
Okay, so
we were talking about how Oracle destroys AA. So tell me about that.
So the Ice Blast prevents you from healing, but it only applies at the very end of Oracle's ultimate. So until A actually has an Aghanim Scepter, he can keep whoever gets focused alive, pretty much, for the most part. There's like a 2-second overlap, so all you have to do is wait like a second and a half, and you're good to go.
Okay.
So it's not like a huge counter or anything, but it does kind of, I don't know, this draft is weird, man, honestly. I don't know what's going on here. We have Tinker, Oracle, Troll, Night Stalker, and Batrider on one team. It's like you lack a bunch of team fight, and then you look at IG's draft, and they have tons of team fight, and it just looks, I mean, the Haas said earlier, it looks like a hard Tinker game, but this guy is the man on Tinker.
Yeah, and I was going to also say that 1437 loves AA, right?
He does.
So he out of anyone should know the counters to the hero, right?
You know why he likes AA?
No, actually, I have no idea.
Oh, okay, because he likes to farm. Because that hero has an excuse to be across the map to hit creeps while your team does things.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, wow. God, that's loud.
That is loud in my ears. Gracious me, oh my.
I sure hope they don't keep doing that.
You know, ever since we got here, Brax, I've had a twitch in my left eye. Do you have any idea why that would be the case?
Okay, so... No, I have no idea.
Thank you. I need a doctor. God, help me, please. Alright, so right now, are there any lanes that look super suspect to you guys? We might actually have action.
Yeah, this Batrider lane is dangerous for iG.Vit's safe lane.
D-Ward pretty much right away here for TNC.
Yep, the head shake's coming out too. Jesus, not good.
And they have good heroes against Sven, like the panel was talking about, but I'm struggling to see anything other than that.
That's about right. You know, that's pretty accurate here.
I mean, when we talked about this matchup before the series even started, we were both convinced that this would go 3 games. Even after game 1, you were like, I think it's still going to go 3 games, because one of the, like, first game was a stomp, but it felt more like an outdraft than anything else, and then TNC would get more acclimated with what's going on.
They were not prepared for their strategy at all. And it's not like they were outplayed or anything like that. They're still, these teams are still quite even. One thing TNC does have going for them is their lane setup. Right, this Earth Spirit wants to try to play on mid lane against the Tinker. Tinker already beats Quap, but if there's pressure from the alt lane, Batrider has tons of pressure in this lane, then it could make the Earth Spirit want to play there. Instead, he's going to kind of pick and choose where he wants to go, and then that's an opening for TNC.
And of course, Tim's on this Night Stalker is going to be super annoying, although he was nerfed recently, as we talked about the other day. Void. Did you not see the animation on that at all?
I saw
watching? Okay, because I didn't see any actual effect there.
Pretty soon, Night Stalker will not slow during the day.
Yeah, I mean, so it used to slow for 2 seconds, I believe, in the daytime. Now it's 1.25, which is next to nothing.
Is that what it is?
I believe
yeah, it is
so.
1.25.
And also,
already.
Hunter of the Night now costs 80 mana as opposed to 50, so he's going to be a little bit mana starved as well. But I mean, Night Stalker, he's still just as good at night.
Right.
That's half the game, not including his ultimate, so...
So you're trying to say he's only useless half the game?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
But, you know, he's a big, beefy hero. There's not a whole lot that Cicada can do in this matchup, I feel like, other than take the beating from the Voids.
Yep, already an unfavorable matchup for Quap, as we can see in the CS. 8-4 for Tinker, 1-1 for Queen of Pain. Not fun.
And Dogfight's on this Earth Spirit is top lane right now, in case you're wondering, as far as the roamer. But he is going to TP
in mid. Okay.
into the mid lane, and they're just going to play the old 2v2.
You know, he actually can't do a whole lot 2v2 here besides try to deny some of these last hits and mess with it like that, because now, I mean, top lane is opened up for Sam H to do his thing up there as well.
Yeah, Sam H actually gets stunned to the cold feet. And a couple more right clicks actually might take him out. One more, and Super gets the first blood. iG.Vit. Oh, did it come up? They're going to be late.
Yes.
Better late than never, Brax.
I feel like
one of these times we better miss a kill when that happens. we think alike, man. We have the same thought process, as terrible as that is.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, I heard a fissure.
Yeah.
Looks like In July's in a bit of trouble here, as 1437 and Tim's are just pounding on his back. One more Void may do it.
Yep, there it is.
And indeed, it will be enough.
Second blood.
One last Fortune's End to take him out. We haven't seen Oracle a whole lot, let's say in the last year, and then a few days ago they started picking him up. Tell me about this hero, man.
I don't like him.
Other than that.
Okay. He does one thing well, is where he saves some big fat beefy carry hero like the Troll Warlord and enables them in team fights. He can soak up all the damage, remove disables, but outside of that he's quite one-dimensional. His other kind of perk is that he's strong in the early game. He has a lot of magic damage, so Yeah, that's what the hero does.
Yeah, and I think
don't like it.
only time I've seen him actually recently is because of the Darkseer counter.
Right.
And we're not seeing that here. We're gonna have a roll in. It's gonna connect on a Cuckoo, and there's the box. A nice kick, as Cuckoo might be in a bit of trouble here. Pops the healing, but I don't. Well, actually, might get away. Nope. Cicada jumps in to help finish so well. Scream of pain. Is it enough? Cuckoo actually turns it around. Because he gets a double kill.
Is he alive?
Are you serious?
No, he's dead. He's dead.
I mean, who cares?
I know, he just
Almost
piled
a
on.
deny from Tim's, though. I mean, that would have been nice. That is sick.
I like to think I predicted that Cuckoo is the man on Tinker.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on the Tinker.
That's right. No, too bad we don't have Cuckoo and Kaka on the same game.
That's true. That was my favorite cast of all time, for sure.
Yeah, just look at him dancing around the trees, getting the clicks.
Sam H gets stunned in the top lane, but nothing will come of it, as he is doing just fine. Level 3 at the moment on the Bat Rider. How does for a Bat Rider? They don't really have any super hard counters. Like, I mean, Oracle is like this old school counter to Bat Rider, but obviously they take it for himself. Not that iG.Vit would have picked him up anyway, but
Right. I mean, Bat, when there's no counters in the game, feels so much more effective.
yeah, I mean, typically you can go pretty greedy, right? Like with the drums, you don't even need to get Blink right away.
Yeah, especially not with this kind of lineup where you have Night Stalker also as a hero that kind of wants to run in with you, so it's not just a Blink Lasso and then that's it.
Yeah, that's
Wants
true.
to beef up against these heroes so he can assert his dominance and play that.
Mid lane, Cuckoo's getting initiated. I mean, can he get some more magic down in those bowels? Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. The Cicada comes in and finishes them up. That is a 4-man rotation from iG.Vit, but they'll take it any day of the week.
Yep, and Troll has complete free farm with all the action going on in this game right now.
How do you feel about Troll this game, by the way?
I mean, Troll is actually probably one of the heroes that's most similar to Sven, where he can get pressured pretty hard and he has a hard time dealing with it and catching up, but he also can take over games entirely just with his ridiculous physical damage. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes the hero looks really good, sometimes looks bad, but he has the setup right now to look really good, especially with the Oracle support staff sitting behind him as well. So
I mean, the one-lane axes are going to be really good against Sven pretty much all game until he can get something to actually counteract that. But Battle Trance does not synergize with anybody on this team. That is the one thing to keep note of.
all 5 of their heroes right-click, right?
Oh, that's a great point, actually, as Quap is taking a ton of damage, and the right-clicks will suffice as Tinker takes him out. Dogfight's now attempting to run away, has very little mana, and no spells are up anyway, and, well, the Fissure not quite in time. Don't think it would have saved them anyway. That is 2 kills going the way of TNC.
Yeah, this mid lane is a disaster for Queen of Pain now after the recent blunders. I mean, this is not where you want your Quap to be. You know, she's a hero that wants to control the game, play from ahead, make the rotations, and be able to fight early on. And with this kind of a start, it's really slow. So, not good.
Not good. Not good at all. Earthshaker right now, level 3 in the bot lane. Again, another hero that has just come onto the scene in the last, I want to say, month and a half. I'm glad to see him not playing the 4 position. I hate it so much.
You hate the level 1 Shakers throwing fissures down mid lane?
Yeah, he's like level 1, 8 minutes in the game, you just want to kill yourself. It sounds awful.
No wards, no boots.
But like heroes like that, and like Sand King is another. Sand King can at least farm, right? That's the big difference. Earthshaker really has to struggle with that unless he can get earlier levels. But having these like mobility items on Earthshaker makes him one of the most exciting heroes to play and watch. So glad to see him back into the fray.
Yep, looks like TNC making a play up top here, smoked up. Night Stalker actually has a lot of levels for this point in the game. Level 5 already.
They just scanned though, so Paparazzi pops that war cry and away he goes. And it was actually just the last second of that scan scouting him out. As In July and company gonna apply some pressure in this bot lane as Raven is in a lot of trouble. Gonna take a couple more right clicks, but can he juke?
Is he gone?
He's pretty freaking fast, man. I believe he has phase boots right now. Super. Oh, they're gonna block him in, and down goes Raven. A good attempt, but a kill nonetheless.
Yep, tried to bring out the juke shoes, unsuccessful. So, I mean, both teams kind of making the same moves here, trying to make aggressive maneuvers at each other's safe lanes. Pretty standard for the most part, but you know, sometimes you get a kill, but you get no tower damage, right? That is your main objective when you make that kind of a move, and that is what happened down bottom. Troll dies, but no real damage at all.
And Paparazzi gonna be taking out a nice double stack of ancient creeps with the old Sven. I mean, seeing this hero, it just feels so cookie cutter every single game. As Queen of Pain is going to take a little bit of harassment from the Night Stalker.
There's no variation with Sven ever.
I mean, in the last month, I've seen just like when you talk about variation on Sven, it's like, oh, instead of Mask of Madness, I get S and Y. That's literally it, right? And that doesn't even happen very often anymore. And especially with the halberd.
They actually serve the same purpose as well, just to
exactly.
help him farm and get
Bot
that
lane,
spawn.
Raven initiate on yet again, and he's going to get cold-feeted up. Is that the right terminology? Cold-footed?
It definitely sounds better than cold-footed. Actually, I don't know.
He gets cold feet up.
This is bad. I don't know.
He gets stunned by cold feet.
There we go.
That's still pretty bad. I don't know.
He's been stunned.
He got stunned, son. Paparazzi. He's going to be scouted out. He's going towards that Mask of Madness, and like we talked about, just super cookie cutter. We could pretty much predict every single item. The real question is, when do you get BKB? Do you get it right away, or do you wait for the blink, or do you wait for this crit? I mean, that's the exciting thing about Sven, right?
Yeah. Which slot is he going to put his boots in?
Well, yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Paparazzi, again, Night Stalker being somewhat annoying.
Yeah.
Just turned day recently, so he's pretty useless. Only level 5 at the moment. But he is a body. That's the important. That's the cool thing about Night Stalker. You can dive. Not only you're fast, but you're super tanky as well.
Yep, very.
On top of the infused raindrops too.
This is quite awkward here for TNC. Firefly's down, daytime, kind of just getting walked at.
They get the tower, and here's the initiation. This time onto Tinker. Sonic Wave just blows him up. Night Stalker looks to be next on the list. One more right-click may suffice. They're going to scout him out with the AA, and down goes the Night Stalker. So iG.Vit looking pretty decent now, after some struggles in some lanes. But the Tinker and Troll remain at the top of the net worth.
Yep, they're making some moves, but they're still heavily pressured on their side of the map. Up top, Sam H.
Sam H attempting to TP out, but that ain't happening. Not on iG.Vit's watch. So it ends up being a triple kill for Scott, surprisingly enough. Earthshaker, in the meantime, just completely destroys the Oracle. They get 4 kills across the map in about 20-second span.
It's almost a team wipe.
Almost. Who didn't die, actually?
Troll.
No.
All right.
Was it?
Yeah, he wasn't top and he didn't die just now.
Good job, Troll. You did it, son. Speaking of Troll, is there much variation on this hero? He's going to be going Vlad's. Why do people go Vlad's on this hero instead of just a casual Morbid Mask into an eventual Satanic? Because then you can't take apart Vlad's, right?
Vlad's is value.
I mean, it's good, but I mean, it is on a carry, right?
It helps him. So Troll's big strength over all these other carries is that he wants to like 5-man push, right? And it lets him do that earlier, a bit stronger, instead of just having that casual. There's like no net worth if you have like Phase, Mask of Madness, and now you're working on S and Y or whatever. You're not strong. It helps you. You can't just sit back and AFK farm in this patch. You need to be able to make moves, take towers, pressure places in the map, or else you just have nowhere to farm at all.
Do you like Mask of Madness on Troll?
No, it probably sucks.
I've seen it a few times. It's not great. I don't think.
It probably makes him farm ridiculously fast.
Yeah, that's pretty much it actually. Earthshaker, bot lane, about half HP thanks to the spam. Cuckoo right now does have Boots of Travel, so I don't know how long ago you got that, but he's
wrong
looking
stuff right now. We need to see Tomato and Potato.
Oh, I'm
again.
sorry. I need to look at this the Chinese camera. My apologies, guys. Let me turn myself here. All right, we got some farming going on. Yep, Tim's.
Great.
Well, he's going to spot in July. And he's going to get fissured as a result into an AA ult and into a kick and into an eventual death. That is a nice courier, by the way.
That is. Well, it's getting bopped.
Very nice courier. That looks real expensive, actually. But Sakata right now, how is his recovery looking? He's about 1,000 behind the Tinker.
He's got 40 CS.
It's not too bad.
It's not great.
I mean, it could be worse, right? We've seen some just awful games from, like, in Invoker, for example. Who was playing in the Invoker? I can't remember.
It was Sakata.
It was,
it was SCC.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, because he ended up coming back with a vengeance and then ended up losing.
Yeah, he actually ended up having pretty good timings after his horrible phase.
That was one of the most impressive comebacks I've seen.
Yeah.
Just couldn't finish the job.
But still.
Top lane, Batrider's going to take the role in July looking for an enchant totem, and that's going to end up being an easy kill onto the Batrider. Pops the wand, but... it is easy. Very easy. AA ult, super easy. Yes!
Alright, looks pretty easy to me.
Brax, I'm never wrong, man.
I know. I figured that out the hard way. I'm trying.
I appreciate it. You see, people like Trent, they never actually admit it. They never come to grips with the fact that I'm always right. So. Battle Trance popped, and that means Raven's just going to go to town on this tower. What's his skill build this game? I've seen some weird variations in the last. So he was 4 in Fervor. So is that more if you're just left alone in your lane, so you can just pound on the tower, pound on the creep a little bit faster?
That is the farm build, and then if your lane is heavily contested, usually people just go to jungle anyways, so there's not really max rolling axes or anything like that.
Okay, gotcha. He does finish the Vladimir's offering, as
Nice.
Tim's is going to run into in July, or is it the other way around? AA ult is coming out, and that'll be more than enough to take out
This
the Night
combo
Stalker.
kills every hero in the game. The fissure setup, or even just the kick setup into the AA blast.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody can survive this right now.
Yeah, despite that kill, Raven's still going to town on this tower, and it's getting quite low. In deny range right now as in July takes Raven to school with that fissure, as the deny will come through for iG.Vit.
You took him to school?
Yeah, I was struggling with that one.
That's alright.
It was whatever.
What kind of school?
Fissure school.
Oh, nice.
It's not pretty.
I can see it's not pretty.
There's a lot of fissures in life,
Okay.
Brax, that you don't want to mess with. Let me tell you.
All right.
Mostly the anal variety. So Paparazzi, in the meantime, on the Sven, hasn't picked up the Mask of Madness. Going for Blink next, only a few hundred away, so a couple more stacks to go. Been taking out the Ancient semi-regularly. I'm not sure how much they've actually stacked them for him. Have you seen that? Oh, okay, it's a double stack, I want to say. That actually might be a triple, I can't tell. It's hard to tell because of all the cosmetics on the Ancient creeps.
Of course.
You know? That's the next step in cosmetics. I want to buy cosmetics for my Ancient creeps, man.
I want Christmas-themed creeps running down mid lane.
Yeah, I want the dragons to be hippos instead. Just like baby hippos. How awesome would that be?
I'd buy it.
I agree. But the question is who to change for. It's just you, right? It's just a local change.
It should just, yeah, I agree with that.
Which is fine. I'd still buy it. Valve, get on
You're
that.
giving them so many good ideas.
I know, man.
You could have been rich.
That's true. Ancient Apparition level 7 is going for Midas. So this is one of those questions that I brought up the other day with you.
Okay.
Is whether Ancient AA goes Midas. You're like, it's depends on the game, kind of, but a lot of times you just go with the talent, which is a 60 gold per minute. But he is going to go Midas this game. As we have a Schmoke onto TNC. They're going to get blocked off by the fissure. Don't think Injulai even knew they were there, but now he does. And down he goes. As dogfights, gets up a nice stun. AA coming out with the cold feet. Tims will not get stunned. That's a nice false promise, keeping alive for now, but the Sonic Wave is going to clip the Oracle. And that is the first death so far in this engagement. And it's going to end up being 2, as they take out Night Stalker as well. Wow, look at that Vlad's icon.
Yep, it is different.
That is pretty cool, actually. I think that looks cooler than the original.
I don't remember what the original.
How do you not
see
know?
it.
Come on.
I don't buy this item, man.
It's understandable. I mean, what offlaner buys that item? Is there any? Beastmaster? No.
People that are told by their carries that they don't trust them anymore.
Does Beastmaster ever get Vlad? There was
Yeah.
a time where he got it like a
Sometimes.
little bit.
I think the new generation of Beastmaster builds are like Vlad's Solar Crest now. No more Necro.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, did you see that?
What?
There were zombies in the creep camp.
What? Instead of skeletons?
The skeletons,
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
They look like little dirges, little
That's
undyings.
awesome. That is awesome. Well, that's confusing if there's an Undying in the game.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Thank
Nope.
God there's not.
Looks like the Chinese guys missed the kill here. That's all right. It's not on me, guys. First Spirit taken out. Troll's going to pop his ult, and
They want to fight this though. Sven has
Pound in
Blink
his
Dagger
team.
up, I think.
does he?
He does. He has Blink Mask Command.
All right, we'll see what happens as we have an Earthshaker ult going to work on this Batrider, but a lot of damage doing to the Earthshaker in turn. He's going to be the first to drop in this engagement. It's a 1-for-1 as Batrider falls. Paparazzi getting kited, has negative earn charge applied. Another one applied by Tims, and the Rockets should finish him off. But maybe not. He's pretty damn low. Negative earn charge, not quite enough to take him out as he goes to the shrine safely. But that's a tier 1 tower for TNC.
TNC are actually able to fight into, Mask of Madness. Wowzers, looking different as well. They're actually able to fight into the Echo Slam. I mean, these are some hard heroes to push into. Queen of Pain, Shaker, and even the AA.
Yeah.
Right? It's a lot of long-range magic damage that's easy to set up and line up too. So one hero just kind of tanks all of it.
And we have an immediate smoke here from iG.Vit once Paparazzi is full and healthy. Of course, we're talking about having that Mask of Madness and Blink Dagger. Has it overclipped, so it will be going BKB next. And they're going to find the Tinker. The stun won't be there for dogfights, but Paparazzi, pretty hard to miss that one. False Promise is applied, though, and Earth Spirit might have gone a little bit too deep as Injulai gets a nice enchant totem off onto Sam H. But it might cost somebody the life.
They're taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, they're going to take out the Night Stalker with ease. It ends up being a 1-for-1, but 1437 looks to be next on the list. One more right click. Oh, he misses!
missed.
Sakata has
Alrighty.
to blink to finish off that 1437, that pesky Oracle. So 2-for-1 at the end of the day.
That is not how they want to use their spells, ideally. Obviously, they were caught off guard by the movement there. It wasn't totally obvious or anything like that, but, they had to use the False Promise super... Is that what it's called? Oracle? False Promise? I think
The
it
ult,
is.
yeah.
And he was had to use that super early into the team fight where they didn't really get any uptime on it, and then they got caught by all these AoE spells. Just not ideal to take a fight in the river like that.
Sam H right now sitting on about 1,400 gold, so has the drum like we talked about. Blink should be next on the list. Tinker in the meantime. Item progressions, 1 Aether Lens, and is this a Dagon I see?
Excellent.
Oh my.
Is that what you like to see?
Ugh. I'm usually not a Dagon guy, like I told you, but I've been recommending it on pucks lately for some reason. I don't know why. As if I play
slowly
pucks.
seeing the light.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a great item.
Maybe. What do you think about Tinker getting Dagon in this game? You have some relatively squishy targets. The AA get blown up, Quap to some degree, or Spirit maybe.
It helps because it makes them. Oh, this is
We're gonna have a fight. As see the Bat Rider ult coming out. Lots of damage coming. Echo Slam on a bunch of heroes. In July is gonna be the first to fall. That's 2 dead for iG.Vit, and they need to run. Super. 3rd on the list. Earth Spirit. This is getting close to just an absolute disaster for iG.Vit.
How did that happen? They got baited by the Tinker up on the high ground there, and then Oracle just didn't even press. His ultimate's still up. He didn't have to use it. All right,
that's true. It might have still been down at the beginning of that fight, actually. But yeah, nobody was even close to getting low for TNC.
Yeah, it was still down in that team fight, and he was able to just tank up everything with the magic immunity coming out from Oracle's 2nd skill, which is called, I don't know.
His 2nd skill is Fate's Edict, my friend.
Fate's Edict, of course. How could I forget?
Yes. Yeah. Very, very common hero we see these days. And I believe this is going to be perhaps another smoke. No, they actually don't have a smoke on them.
Securing the ancient.
They're just all amalgam. Yeah, the 1 ancient. Got to get that dragon, aka Hippo.
Oh, that thing's too powerful. Now they're gone.
Yeah, they're out of there. Sam H, his Firefly's done. Down for 20 seconds. Does have the blink. He will get rolled on though. I don't even know if did they actually see him or are they going for Oracle? Either way, Bat Rider dies. One way or the other.
He flame break the creeps. They end up on the high ground. Blinked up to farm them. Sometimes unfortunate things happen.
Yeah, sometimes Gaben just does not smile down upon you. Cuckoo. Well, they don't quite see him. AA ult coming out.
They know he's there, but he's blinking again.
Yeah, he is very low on mana. Gets fissured.
He has no mana now.
He cannot get out of here. He has blink.
They don't know that he's there though.
Yeah, they take out the tier 1. They assume he's gone. I mean, it is a freaking Tinker, so. He rearms and then pops that soul ring and TPs to safety. He's good to go. Paparazzi getting stalked by Tims.
Yep, nighttime now as well.
Oh, they
it's
do
shrine
get the
time.
shrine going. Oh boy, do they see him?
Reveal?
Okay, I don't.
No, there wasn't. They did for a slight second, and then he didn't know there was a sentry at the very, very edge there.
Ah, I see.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, wow, indeed. I agree. Yeah, that too, for sure.
What do you think that means?
It means wow in Chinese, I'm pretty sure. Bottom lane.
That's Russian. Oh, never mind. That's Vlad.
Oh, they added. That's right. They added the Russian.
That is a big kill there, being able to kill Tinker with Earth Spirit and an AA blast. That's not something you expect. You know, when you're playing Tinker, you think, oh, Shaker's farming top lane. I know where he is. Sven's farming here. Don't expect the Earth Spirit to just be camping in the trees and have solo kill potential on me. So.
Yeah. He did buy his Dagon 1 though. He's getting started.
That's good.
Yeah, I do like that. So if you go a build like this, I'm assuming you're gonna have to go like E-Blade after you commit to the Dagon 5, of course, because that's the only way to do it. You have to do it. It's the most expensive item in the game, Rags. Dagon 5.
He'll probably get Dagon 1, then build something else, and then go back for it. Usually that's what happens. I think there's so many things to catch him in this game. Queen of Pain can blink on him. Earthshaker, Phasor rolls that. Earth Spirit mobile as well.
Yeah.
AA scouts.
So what do you go for then instead of?
He needs some sort of defensive item at some point, but it sucks to build like BKB on Tinker.
Oh, Big KB's garbage. Come on.
It's garbage, but what else saves him in this game?
He'll never be able to live with himself if he goes BKB. Does Lincoln's help at all? Not really.
Particularly.
Just Stormbolt pretty much and Shadow Strike. That's not too good.
I mean, he probably won't care about buying a defensive item. He'll just go full offense.
I mean, you are playing Tinker. That's kind of the deal, right?
Just rely
Does
on
Force Staff help you at all? Help you at all in this game?
Not so much on your hero. Maybe if a support had it. Oh, I've actually seen Glimmer Cape Tinkers.
Really?
Yep. Cuckoo built Glimmer Cape on Tinker when he plays against Spectre, and he just reuses it over and over. So when Haunt comes out, they can't gank him. Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
So there's some interesting things.
Have you seen the taking apart the Glimmer Cape and just using the Shadow Amulet over and over? You just march in the Sheens and go invis. They can't find you, man. You're invisible, aka invincible. Yeah, don't try that at home. TNC is gonna smoke up. A 4-man smoke, in fact. And they're gonna find the Earth Spirit and just completely blow him up. That means Paparazzi needs to get out. He blinks out before the negative arm charge comes into effect, but Ancient Apparition's taking a lot of damage. The rocket's not quite taken out, but yeah, the rearm just... Oh, nice dodge with smoke. All right. Worth, I suppose. One less smoke for iG.Vit, though.
Yeah, he needs to get that Midas. Staying alive.
Oh, he still doesn't have it? Oh,
no,
boy.
he's close. I know, it's been a rough period for him.
Yeah, poor guy. I mean, Hannah Midas has been nerfed time and time again. Gives less XP, a little bit less gold now, actually.
Yeah, more expensive, too.
And more expensive, indeed. In July, well, they're going to be scouted out. They know what's happening, but Roche doesn't look like a realistic option for TNC right now.
Yeah, quite hard to do Roshan against these heroes. There's tons of AoE magic damage coming out, stuns as well, so it's probably that for now.
All right, Lincoln Sphere on Cicada. Nice. To go along with the Veil of Discord and the DD bottle. We've seen a lot of DDs. This is like the double damage land.
It is.
We're gonna go with that. We've seen a lot of that so far. And it's been pretty good. Cicada, in the meantime, though, what do you like to go after your first defensive item on Quap? He's actually going to use the Lincolns on Sven, so he's going to jump in, but a nice BKB, beautiful time. He's going to completely dodge the Stormbolt. And in fact, they're just going to find the Earth Spears. Angel Eye jumps in with the Earthshaker ult and the Sonic Wave coming through as well. It's a 1-for-1. That is the Tinker dead. No buyback, nada. Paparazzi pops the BKB, going to town onto Tim's, who should be going down to one more right click, and indeed he does. Raven, false promise was applied to him. He's going to live through the day. Ends up being a 4-for-1 in July. Will he live through the negative earn charge? Indeed, that is going to be the case. So that was an interesting engagement, to say the least.
It was. It was quite awkward, wasn't it? They kind of started, dogfights rolled in, applied a bunch of, his ultimate to everyone in the team fight, and then they were able to find the Tinker. And that's the important part. He gets Echo, dies instantly, and then... I mean, it was really weird, right? The BKB.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
Bot back on Batrider.
Okay. He's in.
He's gonna get silenced. The rush isn't going super fast, and here comes Troll actually.
Oh,
right clicking Paparazzi with the whirling axes as well. He's gonna go down to the right clicks. Roshan is still available for the taking. Who will actually get it? AAL coming out, hits 3 heroes. That's pretty big. Super in the meantime taking a rocket to the face, make that 2. He will fall as well. It's a 2-for-0. A great buyback in the end here for Batrider, as Tinker is just going to work
the Tinker
on this iG.Vit lineup. In July, the last one to limp away in this vicinity at the very least. Cuckoo just creating space. Roshan should be available if they really want to take it. That was a strange buyback, but it worked really well.
He baited the Earth Spirit spells out, and they just walked in Sven. I mean, that's dangerous to go back for Roshan after a play like that when the respawn timers are so low. It's a big risk.
Yeah, that was definitely worth. I mean, iG.Vit, they were probably confused as well. They're like, what? That right here? He doesn't have lasso. Like, what's the deal? But it definitely works out in their favor, and the magic damage, just the fact that Cuckoo can finish these heroes off from this distance, I mean, that's just Tinker in a nutshell. Is Roshan, was he taken out?
Yeah, by Troll. Troll's got it.
Troll got the Aegis of Immortality. He goes for the BKB, of course, we saw that used. That was the 10-second duration, and has the casual Yasha.
Kind of playing a game of, I don't want to say throws, but
you can say it.
Baseball here, huh? We're tossing the ball back and forth to each other. Here you go.
This is a professional sport, Brax.
Okay.
You can pass the ball in basketball and baseball, Dota as well.
Right.
And Dota requires you to die, so that's probably the one big difference, I suppose.
Yeah, it's the old one team fight into play that makes the other team.
Sorry, one?
Oh, sorry, one team fight.
Right.
Oh boy, I can never get used to that one.
Sven going for a Lincoln Sphere on top of the BKB. How do you feel about this?
He needs it against Batrider. I mean, that's what's going to be able to... That enables him to actually attack in BKB, right? Otherwise, if he gets lassoed, any BKBs, then he just gets kited afterwards, too.
Right.
So, he needs it, but it's a lot of net worth in defensive items.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be as a Sven.
Yep.
At least not in an ideal situation. Cicada, I was wondering if he was going to go for a BKB as well on top of the Lincolns, but is choosing to go for Shivas.
Right, yep, tanking up. Looks good. Also helps you find Tinker in the trees by giving you vision from the active.
In July's next item looks to be Shadow Blade, so nothing too surprising coming from him.
This game has taken an awkward turn. Like, Tinker and Troll, they feel strong in these fights, but it's just like, they're still susceptible to getting jumped all the time, it feels like. It's just whoever jumps who wins first.
Right. Yep, that's
always
definitely
like
true. Sometimes. Sometimes you have great counter initiation.
That is
right?
true. Not in this game, though.
Yeah, not so much. Well,
Outside the Oracle, I guess. Well, I mean, Shaker's also
yeah,
counter
Shaker
initiation,
could be both, I suppose. That's definitely true. But we were talking about the Tinker Dagon. He actually goes for level 3 and then switches it up.
Bloodstone in the quick buy as well.
So Bloodstone, 30 minutes in for a Tinker. I've seen this before. Can you explain to me why it doesn't matter that you don't get it early?
It's not about the charges for Tinker. It's about the mana pool. It tanks you up as well.
And allows you to deny yourself in certain situations, I suppose?
Yep, you can refresh the deny and just kill yourself repeatedly.
Oh, that actually works. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually dumb. That's really dumb.
You
That's
can
really
control your feeding big time.
So you can heal your teammates over and over and over.
That's right.
Pretty sick, man. Now, Super and July are in the trees here, but TNC is none the wiser.
They see CMH, but that's about it right now.
Yeah, they're going to TP out. They feel the tickling sensation in the nether regions, so they will think
way
better
down south.
Yeah, way down south. Way down south.
By the feet. Of course.
It's in their feet, the tingling. They might have a little case of RLS, but here we go. Cuckoo is going to be caught out. He gets the Dagon. He's going to finish off the AA, but it will cost him his life.
They need to get
Actually, he got
quick.
2. He got Earth Spirit as well. I didn't realize. Good God. Raven's about to be KB, but here comes the Earthshaker with the big ult. But was it big? Don't think so, because they're all dying left, right, and center. Sakata trying to finish off 1437, but he's going to ult himself. So we'll live through the night. 4 dead for iG.Vit as they're going to continue the pressure onto Sakata. Sakata getting bashed up. Can they find some more lockdown to actually finish him off? Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, although Flamebreak comes out. Takes a Shadow Strike, does Sam H. So Quap lives, but Raven, again,
That was one
taking
manly
out
play
these towers.
from Cuckoo. Manza zaps him, baits his entire team, or baits the enemy team to commit to him. Then his team rolls in with the smoke to catch Sven out. Sven didn't attack once in that fight. He got lasso and just bashed
I've seen that
the entire
before.
time.
I've seen that story.
Almost
many
every game.
Nope, Sam H jumps in, but can't really find a target that he really wants to lasso because he doesn't have a lasso, actually. There's the Dogfight's ultimate, really doing a lot of work, actually. Sven jumps in and takes out a couple of heroes. That is the Aegis for Troll. The question is, will there be reinforcements on the way? Sonic Wave directly onto the Troll, and that's going to be enough to finish him off. Cuckoo looking to find a kill. Paparazzi is somewhat low. This is the Dagon doing a lot of damage, but Earth Spirit is going to cost him his life just by jumping in.
Rolls through the crabs.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
That is unfortunate when you're halfway through the roll, you're like, why did I do this?
Yep, I made
What
a
is
mistake.
going on with my life? So a decent recovery here from iG.Vit as TNC has an above 5K net
I was
worth
just
lead.
about to say that.
It's above 5K, but lower than 15.
Right, so we don't exactly know where, but it's somewhere in there.
You know, just to tilt, I'm not going to even bring up the graph, although I don't have control of the camera anyway. Don't do it. Don't
The
do it,
hockey doesn't
friends.
even work.
I know, it doesn't work on mine either.
Oh, that's upsetting. So we can't do it.
I think the command is Alt F4 to try to...
I'm not going to do that. I was actually considering it for a bit.
That's an old 90s trick. It doesn't really work anymore, unfortunately. But the youths these days. So Ancient Apparition did pick up the Midas, by the way. So on his way to to better and greater. Is that the better and greater thing? No, that's not.
No.
What's the phrase?
Before my time. I don't know.
What do you mean before? That's English. That's a normal phrase. All right, whatever. In July, nope. Thought he would find the Tinker, but Tinker ends up canceling the TP. Does have a finished Bloodstone, by the way.
Yep, that is one way they can kind of get back into this game and reduce some of this greater than 5K network lead here by, catching Tinker off guard, right? They got good heroes for catching him. They just need to be set up ahead of time and see him TPing in. These wards are nice in the jungle. Perhaps they would benefit from some of these cliff wards, these anti-Tinker wards on the side lanes.
Yeah, Tinker wards are quite good against Tinker.
That's why they call them Tinker wards.
I think so. I think you're right on that one. Usually you're wrong, but you're right on that one for sure.
I got one.
Tim's on Night Stalker. We're just going through items as we have a little bit of lull in action right now. Has the hood, so going for pipe right now. And then we've seen this exact build actually. Earn, pipe, and then Aghanim Scepter afterwards.
Yep, tanks up against all the magic damage so we can actually get in there and use his spells without dying instantly.
Paparazzi can finish the Lincoln Sphere now if he wants, or save for buyback. Probably just finish it, and that looks to be the case. So looking at the net worth, he is top of his team, but still quite a ways away from both Tinker and Troll Warlord.
Yep, not where Sven wants to be, but Sven, I mean, gets a nice stun, hits a hero twice for once in a team fight without being disabled. Maybe he can kill people.
Maybe. That's Sven's middle name is Maybe.
Is it?
Sven, Maybe, and then he doesn't
What's
have his last name.
Alright, so...
Rogue Knight. That's his last name.
Okay, Sven maybe
Just
Rogue Knight. He's not sure if he's a Rogue Knight or not.
Yeah, he could be.
Okay.
In July, they were seeing the Shadow Blade come into play now. Sven, yeah, he's gonna go for the Bloodthorn.
Okay.
So that is the next item for big bad boy
he
Sven.
really needs
He's
a high damage.
I'm done with these defensive items. It's time to get some damage, man.
Yeah. I agree. They need a lot of damage to be able to kill this troll, especially through the Oracle ultimate. I mean, their fights kind of play out weird where they want to focus one hero, then switch to another, and they have tons of AoE to do that. But the main target they really want to kill is the Tinker. Tinker's doing so much damage in these fights, by the way, with the Dagon 5.
Oh, did he actually finish it?
I believe so.
It's a 4.
Oh,
how
boy.
dare you? Can't you tell by the picture, Brax?
No, I can't. I
Good
round
God.
up.
Yeah, in America we do round up, guys, in case you were wondering. We have a smoke here. Blinks out from both Earth Spirit and the Queen of Pain. Should keep them safe. In fact, they're going to smoke into the smoke, and now they know. Sam H jumps in, but he's just going to drop right off the bat, along with the Ice Blast coming out. Raven pops the BKB, going to town, along with the Dagon, is going to finish off the Earth Spirit. That's a 1-for-1 right now, as Sakata wants to come into play. Properazzi already popped the BKB and God's Strength. And Night Stalker and Tinker teaming up against this Queen of Pain. The silence is just out of control. You cannot do anything as Klopp, unfortunately. As iG.Vit now has to run in July, has barely any mana to work with. Takes the Void. It is nighttime still. Crippling Fear applied as well. Tinker, how much mana do you have, my friend?
None.
Not a whole lot. So he's gonna go back, regen up, and this tier 2 tower looks to be a dead one. Battle Trance, good clean spell. Earthshaker comes in with the Echo Slam though. Is this gonna be enough with the AA Blast? He might bait it in. There it is. It's actually gonna connect. But he's just going to right-click the Earthshaker down. I'm not sure he can do anything. Shadow Blade is up in 1 second. He's going to get it off just in time. AA Blast is still there. They do pop the dust, but it's not in range, and Earthshaker will live to see another day. That is one ballsy Earthshaker.
The testicles on that
Good
man.
Lord. That is some enlarged testicles for sure. My God, Cuckoo. The burst damage, speaking out of control, TNC is looking really good to finish this game right now as they're going to take out this Rax in July, looking to get an Enchant Totem, but Raven, again, these burst damage, Cuckoo, he can kill literally everybody. That's a Dagon 5 now, right? It's bright. It's really bright.
Oh, that's
that
the
icon.
cosmetic difference, right?
Yeah, the cosmetic difference indeed. So mid Rax is going to be taken out. Bottom Rax looks to be next for TNC. Dogfights is just, he's just sitting back out of the way, looking for a potential initiation possibility, but your second Rax is going to go down before that happens. In fact, they do find him. He's going to roll away towards the enemy jungle, which means this is going to go uncontested. So 2 Rax for TNC as they have an above 15k net worth lead now.
Oh my.
That means a lot as GG's come out, and this is going to be a tied series 1-1. We were right, man. This is going to game 3. Even though I had no idea what this lineup was, it worked. How did it work, Brax?
It just did.
That's some great analysis, man. You are.
That's why I'm here, not over there.
That is a thumbs up from us.